What is going on, my YouTube family, my Lion Pride fam? Before I begin this video, two quick little things. First thing, this is the new Join the Pride Lion Sphere tee, and it's got some holes in here. Kind of looks like a lion came and ripped it up, but it's pretty dope. I really like it. It's got a really nice length. Right now I've got the sleeves rolled up twice, but pretty dope. Free shipping, 25cc.com. Go check it out. You could also get this signature collection hat too. Alright, so before we get into this video, look at me. I ain't a doctor. Everything here that I'm going to be discussing is going to just be opinions and suggestions. By no means am I saying that this is the key and the steps to post-top surgery recovery, care, how to make your decisions on top surgery, all that type of stuff. So this is my little disclaimer that I'm not a doctor. I am just making these videos because I get a lot of the same questions, and I just wanted to kind of have something that I could direct people to so that they could get information in these small little doses to kind of help them along with their own top surgery. Alright, second thing is, this is going to be a brand new series. As you could probably tell by the title, this is the Top Surgery Tips series. I get a lot of the same questions about top surgery, about recovery, care, what is it, how to choose a doctor, how much does it cost, what to use after, when can I work out, how long should I wait for this? And you know what, I was like, I need to just make a series so that I can direct people to one specific spot and they could find little clips and their information within these different episodes. I'm gonna probably have anywhere from 8 to 10 different episodes, but honestly, it'll just depend on how many questions I get, which if you have questions, you can drop them below in the comment section of any of these videos. But I am hoping that these videos will be entertaining while also informative to those people who need this type of information. Okay, so episode 1. This is just kind of an introduction to top surgery in general. What is top surgery? Best way that I explain it is that top surgery is the removal of breast tissue to make your chest appear flatter and more masculinizing. That's usually what I say when people ask me what's top surgery. Who gets top surgery? So the people who get top surgery are anybody who doesn't feel comfortable or connected to their breast tissues. I know that sometimes saying breast tissue can make some people feel triggered, but I'm really just going to be using like the anatomical words here, so I could say chest tissue if that's more helpful for people, but pretty much just the reduction of your chest. Anybody can get this type of surgery. I know gender fluid people who get it, good chunk of female to male identifying transgender people get it. Yeah, I mean, it's really open to anybody who wants it. What kind of top surgery is there? There's really 3 different kinds of top surgery. The first one is called keyhole. The second one is called peri-areola. I hope I pronounced that right. And the third one is called double incision top surgery. Now, there's some other ones, but those are gonna be the main ones that you'll come in contact with online and what people have got. Some doctors have specialty, different techniques, but those are the main 3 types of top surgery. So what does all that mean? Pretty simple. So keyhole is going to be a surgery for very, very small chested individuals. People who almost can get away with not wearing a binder at all, or can almost like take their shirt off and you can't barely tell that they even have breast tissue. What they do in that procedure is they take your nipple, they cut below the nipple kind of like a little smiley face, and then they liposuction out, and then they close it back up. Boom. That's your keyhole. So you have to be very small. One thing that I have noticed is that I've noticed people who are not small enough to get keyhole get denied by certain doctors until they find a doctor who will accept their keyhole procedure, and then they find themselves 2 or 3 years later having to go back to get a revision because it just didn't quite hold as well as maybe they thought it would. So definitely keep that in mind. Are you actually small enough for a keyhole? So I think it might be pronounced peri-areolar. There's an R at the end of that word. I just don't really know where it comes into play. What surgery is this one? Peri-areola. I'm gonna say ola because it makes me feel better. Like I think of like my areola, like which is like the outside of your nipple, right? So what type of surgery is this? This is still for small chested individuals. You could be slightly bigger than a keyhole, but not too much bigger. Another option where they actually cut around your entire nipple. They don't detach the nipple, however, and they liposuction, and then they have this like string technique where they kind of pull the string, it pulls in the skin, it'll bring in your nipple, and again, kind of these two procedures, keyhole and peri-areola, they both are for very, very small chested individuals. I would probably say that out of 100 people who are going to get top surgery, I'm not even gonna joke, maybe 4 or 5 of them are going to qualify for keyhole. That leads us to our third type of surgery, double incision, top surgery, mastectomy. I just call it double incision with nipple grafts. So the big difference about this top surgery, this is the surgery that I actually have, and the big difference between this top surgery is that this is for anybody, any size chest. So whatever size chest you have right now, you can definitely get double incision, obviously if your health is good and stuff. This is where, well, I'll show you really quick. So this is where they cut along here. They remove all the fat and breast tissue underneath the skin. They remove the nipple, take the nipple off, put it aside or something. They pull all the skin down, they sew it back up, and then they take your nipple, they cut it to a smaller size, a more traditional bio male size, I guess, and then they put it back on. One of the big differences here is that you do have scarring along here, along your entire bottom of your chest, as opposed to the keyhole or the peri, where you'll only have a little scarring around your nipple or around the bottom half of your nipple. So those are two differences. Now, one big thing with the double incision is that I'm gonna say 98% of people are not getting revisions. Some people will get a revision if you get what's called a dog ear, which is when sometimes the skin tissue will collect right back here, get like a little dog ear, and sometimes people will have that removed. Not too common. It used to be a lot more common, but doctors are getting so much better at kind of, I think it just happened to be where the skin met, it would kind of create a fold, but doctors are so much better at that now, so they've been able to fix stuff like that. Another great question is like, where can I find before and after photos? You can definitely search Facebook. It's still there, I don't actually run it any longer, but there's an FAQ top surgery group on Facebook, which you could definitely join. There's tons of other Facebook groups. You can go right to the surgeon's website, and a lot of times there they'll have it. I like also, and this is not a plug, I was using, when I was making this video trying to get some more information, I was using TopSurgery.net. They seem to have a lot of photos, a lot of information, a lot of questions answered there. Definitely check them out. Look on YouTube, just like Top Surgery Reveal. Check out Instagram, hashtag Top Surgery, 1 year post-op, 2 years post-op, 3 years post-op. All those hashtags and searching on YouTube are gonna be great ways to also find other people's results. Another question would be, kind of goes back to the first question, is which top surgery is for you, and how do you know if top surgery is for you? So, I'll kind of go backwards. How do you know top surgery is for you? There's really no one that can tell you it is or is not for you. That means you have to really have a conversation with yourself. Are you really dysphoric about your chest? Okay, let's put it this way. For me, when I first started to transition medically, I knew that I wanted to go on hormones. Actually, I didn't know, and then I decided I wanted to go on hormones, and I was like, you know what? I don't know if I even want top surgery. Then after about 3 years of being on hormones, I was showering with the lights off because I was so upset at seeing my chest, and that's when I knew I had to get top surgery because I just wasn't feeling like a complete whole being, and my dysphoria was getting so bad. I was starting to hate my body so much, even though I was on T and I was, you know, really identifying as the masculine trans man I am. It still didn't feel right for me, and that's how I knew like I had to get top surgery. So that brings us back to the other question, which is which top surgery is best for you? It really just depends. I wore a sports bra for a really long time, but the last time I remember wearing a bra, I literally remember it saying it was a almost B, or like a nearly B. So I was almost a B. I wasn't even a B. I was probably a large A. By the time I was on hormones for 3 years, I was probably barely an A, but I had a lot of loose skin. So I asked my doctor, Dr. Garamoni in Southwest Florida, if I could get keyhole, and he said that I just couldn't. That you have to be really, really small, and that he offers it to like 1% of all of his clients because 9.9 times out of 10, like the person is too big. You really have to be realistic with how big your chest size is. I know that we really like to disassociate from our chest, and we like to think that maybe it's smaller than it actually is, or we like to think it's bigger than it actually is, so we really just have to be realistic. Okay, so before we end this video, I just want to thank you guys all for watching. If you have any other Top Surgery comments or questions, drop them below. The conversation always continues in the comments below. I love it, it's awesome. Hit the like button if this video was informative and you enjoyed it. Also share it with your friends if you think that there's platforms or people of your community that you think will really benefit from this series, from this specific video, from future videos. Please share this video, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in episode 2, which will be airing next week. All right, peace.